Hi, this is a tutorial on using new quizzes in Canvas. I've already done a tutorial on how to create classic quizzes, and that's what you create when you make a quiz in the module itself. That works very similarly to Google Forms, where you get to choose what kind of question it is, set the correct answers, and so on and so forth. New quizzes offers a lot more options when it comes to question types. However, it can be a little trickier to navigate because the creation and the editing looks way different from anything else in Canvas. So in order to create a new quiz, you would go to the quiz tab in your course and click on the plus quiz button. And then you will want to choose new quizzes. So this page looks really similar to the classic quizzes where you would give it a name, set all of your grading information, make sure that you sync it to the SIS system, and make sure you add a due date. And once you have that information, so you would then click Save, and then you would need to go, you get to this new menu, and this is where it starts to look really different. So in this box where it says instructions, you can add instructions for the student and click Done. And now this is where you're going to get to start building the actual questions. Now you have a few options. If you have already created an item bank in new quizzes, you can click on item banks and select the one that you want to use, and you can select the questions that you want to add to the quiz and have them randomized, etc. But if you just want to make the questions in the quiz as you go, you hit the plus sign that's blue, and you get all of these different options. So, I mean, matching, multiple choice, those are pretty similar. But then you have really cool options like hotspot, which is great for maps, multiple answer options, ordering options, even formulas that I think is really great. Categorization is also something that's not available in the new and the old quizzes. And then you can also add a stimulus that you can then make multiple questions about. So if you have a diagram or a chart, you can add it as a stimulus and then write questions related to that stimulus and have them all be grouped together. So for this, I'm just going to go for multiple choice. You fill in the question title. So your question stem is the actual question that you are asking. And then you fill in the answers. Make sure you hit the button for the one that is correct. Okay, so now I have all of my question options. Make sure you select the bubble for the correct answer. You also have a few options in new quizzes that you didn't have before. You can show an on-screen calculator. You can vary points by answer. So if you maybe have a question where a question, like an answer is 100% correct and they would get the most points, you could actually give partial credit for other answer options. And then shuffle choices, which again is a great tool to use when it comes to preventing students from using each other's answers. You can align it to outcomes if that is something that you have developed, and then you can use this item banking option to add the question that you write to a new item bank to be able to use it in other quizzes and tests that you create in the future. So if I just hit add to bank, I can add it to an existing one and add, and now that question is saved. Once I've done that, you'll see that the question has been saved in the quiz, and I can continue adding from there. Now, once you've added all the questions, you can look in the settings. Again, you have a lot of options in new quizzes that you didn't have before. You can toggle any of these on by clicking them and making sure you get a green check mark. That includes shuffling questions and answers, chunking it by one question at a time. You can set a time limit. Again, allow the calculator. This is also where you can allow for multiple attempts and restrict the student result view. And if you click that one, it gives you more options. So you can limit what students are going to see after they submit the question or submit their answers. You have the reports option, which once students start to take it, you will have analysis reports that you can view. And then the moderate option, again, for students, if you need to give a student an extra attempt or extend their time or whatever it might be, you can do that in the moderate tab. And in order to add this to a module, you would go click the return button and go to the modules, which I have right here. And so once you're in your module, you would hit on the plus sign and you would change it to quiz. However, rather than clicking a new quiz, you would select the quiz that you made in the quizzes options and click add item, and it would automatically drop down to the bottom of the module. You can click and drag it wherever you'd like, and you can also publish it when you're ready. And that's basically how you use new quizzes. There is a problem when it comes to exporting them, and the best way to get them into your other courses is to click on the 3 dots next to it and do the copy to option, and that will send it to your other classes complete with the questions that you created. If you have any questions, I am here to help.